Listening at WMCA in New York, New York. Hi, Steve.
Well, good evening, Hank.
Good evening.
I have a problem. Well, I don't want to say it's a problem, at least not yet. I have some issues when it comes to forgiveness.
Mm-hmm.
When I hear stories such as your guest, Grace Fabian, I think her name was,
Yes.
forgiving the man who murdered her husband. When I hear stories like of the Amish who supposedly forgave the man who murdered many of their children, and I hear about these stories, at least to me, I don't think that the Bible advocates that we should forgive someone who through evil intentions or perverted motives kills the innocent. I think the Bible advocates that they should be executed, and that I have a problem trying to advocate their execution and also to forgive them.
Yeah, well, that's a good question. And forgiveness on the part of the individual doesn't override the state's obligation to uphold justice. And if you read the book by Grace Fabian, Outrageous Grace, you actually see that. So the fact that a person can forgive does not preclude the fact that there are literally serious consequences that happen as a result of the sin that you're engaged in. And if you commit murder, what you're ultimately doing is you are in fact showing contempt for the apex of God's creation. And not only that, I would say you're showing contempt for the Creator. So the principle of life for life is a universal principle. I would certainly hold to capital punishment as being biblical, not something that's abrogated later on in Scripture, but a universal principle throughout Scripture. But forgiveness is another point I think that I need to dwell on for a moment. Forgiveness ultimately leads to the restoration of fellowship. That restoration of fellowship demands that reconciliation is a two-way street. So if I'm going to forgive someone who murdered my husband, that person who murdered my husband has to be repentant. Otherwise, there can be no restoration of fellowship. And so when you read the book that I'm talking about, Outrageous Grace, you're going to see all of those biblical elements come together in the most beautiful of all ways. But no, you're absolutely right. Consequences to sin follow inexorably like night follows day. I've written about this in a number of different places. Of course, you can find this in Outrageous Grace. I've also written about these ideas, forgiveness as well as capital punishment, in the Complete Bible Answer Book, Collector's Edition. These resources available through the ministry of the Christian Research Institute. For your gift of $100 or more, the Complete Bible Answer Book, Collector's Edition, personalized to you, a family member, or a friend. Outrageous Grace. It's a book I could not put down from the moment I picked it up. It is a stirring testimony to the grace and goodness of God, perseverance in the most difficult circumstances, and the true meaning of biblical forgiveness. Again, Outrageous Grace, available through the ministry of the Christian Research Institute.